Hello chess fans, fans of the beautiful game. This is Chess to Impress with another impressive position from history. Today we're going to talk about castling. Castling, apart from pawn moves and capturing moves, is the only irrevocable chess move. You cannot take it back. Once you've castled, you cannot uncastle. I'll show you two positions. The first one shows in a funny way what I just said, that you cannot uncastle. The second position, I will show you that you actually can uncastle. Whoa, that's a bit of a mystery. We'll get to that. I took both positions from the book Chess Curiosities from Tim Grabé. Both positions are on page 23 of that book. And this is the first one. This is a composition by T.R. Dawson from 1925, and it's white to play and checkmate in 2 moves. Let's look at the position. White's pieces are threatening. Even the king on g7 is doing a good job, taking 2 squares away from the black king, and the black king doesn't have a lot of room to maneuver. So it's no surprise that there's a quick checkmate in the position. But it has to be in 2 moves, and the only way to achieve checkmate in 2 moves is by playing bishop b7 to c6. Only that move works. Well, the threat is clear. The threat is queen d7, queen takes d7, checkmate. So if black does nothing, that's the checkmate move. If he tries to protect d7, for example with rook d8, then there is knight c7 checkmate, because the rook on d8 has taken that last flight square away from the king. Let's try something else. Let's take the bishop. D takes c6. Well, then there is also knight c7 checkmate, because now the queen on d5 is covering that last flight square from the king. So that doesn't work, so let's try rook takes c6. At least black is now covering the c7 square. But now the queen switches to the king side, because the rook is no longer in the way. Queen g8 is checkmate. Well, there's one more move we should try, and that is the theme of this video, and that's castling queenside. Even though the a8 and b8 squares are under attack, it is a legal move, because the king is not going through those squares. And now there's only one checkmate move, and that is bishop b7. And that is a solution to the problem. And the funny thing here is, of course, that white played bishop c6 and then back to b7. So white was allowed to take his move back, but black was not. Black cannot uncastle in this position. And that's why he's checkmated. Well, I said at the start of the video that there is actually a way to uncastle, so let's look at it now. This position is a composition from G.F. Anderson from 1917. It's white to play and checkmate in 4 moves. An odd position, but this was necessary to show this theme, the theme of uncastling. The only way, of course, white is superior, has so much more material than black, so it's no surprise that there's a quick checkmate. But the only way to checkmate in 4 moves is by castling. That's the only move that leads to checkmate in 4. Well, black only has one legal move now, which is king h4. And now the only move that leads to mate in 3 is king f2. And the threat is rook h1 mate. So if black only has 2 legal moves. If he plays king h5, then rook h1 is mate. And the only way to extend the game is by playing g4, g3 check. And now the only move that leads to mate in 2 from here is king e1, back on its original square. Now black only has one legal move, and the bishop is taking the h5 square away from the king. So the only legal move is g5, g4. And of course the other bishop, the bishop on c1, does a good job, taking now square g5 away from the king. And there comes the checkmate move. Rook h1 checkmate. Very, very funny, because the white pieces are in the same position, are back where they started, but black is checkmated. And by castling and then uncastling, white has achieved the goal of mating 4. Very, very funny. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I post my next video. This is Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.